Hello, and welcome to the 76th episode of the But I'm Knitting podcast. My name is Ramona. I'm a knitter from Toronto, and welcome to my corner of the crafting world. So, for this week, I actually think I did pretty good this week. I've got three works in progress, a new cast on, and a couple of new stash acquisitions. So, you know what I'm going to start? I'm going to start with my new stash acquisitions, and we'll do it in order. So, last week, Saturday, was my birthday. And I decided that I was going to treat myself, so I did. I went to the knitting loft, as pretty much expected nowadays, and I was looking for... I said I was going to spend my morning there, or my part of my day there. So I went there, and while I was there, I met up with one of the knitters I'm like stumbling over words. So I met up with one of the girls from the knitting circle, and she told me she was casting on a new project, and she's like, "Oh, there's at least two other people other than her who I knew who were doing it." And she said, "Well, why don't you join?" I said, "You know what? Why not?" So the pattern calls for something with mohair, and I decided I didn't want mohair. And I ended up finding something that matched the skein I already had, because it's a 2-color project. And I'm happy with my selection. So what I got was a new skein by Hello Stella Fibers in Hamilton. The colorway is called Kodak. You can see there. And since I already cast on the project, it's no longer in skein format. So I'll just show it to you as this. So it's this kind of a color. It's like a blackish, it's almost like a charcoal gray. Honestly, I realize how much I love this color because I have yarn that I've dyed in this color and I've used it for things. I just really like this color. So that was one of the things that I got. And then on Sunday, I ended up not being scheduled to work. And I went inside there. I decided I was going to spend practically from open to close, I was going to be at the shop. Because that's the day. They give an entire day for like the knitting circle. So I went in and I ended up, I think within 15 minutes, I got myself something new. I got a project bag by J. Hendry Design Company. Apparently, I don't know if they're having a trunk show on Saturday. And I ended up buying this. So this is the business card for it and contact info in case anybody's wondering. Will it focus? Is it focused? Can you read it? And I got this bag. So this is the medium-sized bag. It's big enough for a shop project, which worked out perfectly because I cast on my new project in this bag. So I got the I call it the sushi bag. It's close. I'm pretty sure this is considered sushi. There's also other like Japanese type desserts, foods on it. So I think it's absolutely adorable. So I got this. So that was my birthday gift to myself. Okay, so now let's go on, I guess, to my new cast on. So one of the projects, the project that my friend had gotten me started is called the Chrysalis Shawl by Lavenia Patricella. It sounds like it's Italian. So here's a black and white picture of it. I'll try and see if I can put in a full color picture on the screen now. And so the colors that I'm using, you already saw the Kodak. And the other one I'm using is also by Hello Stella. And it's Hello Stella Fibers, and it's called Anything for Love. That's the color way I'm using it. I think she was on a kick of Meatloaf, since both of them have the same thing. So Kodak, you've already seen. And this is my skein winder. Ugh, forget it. This is Anything for Love. So these two together. So it's a speckle with pinks, and I think sometimes there are little shots of yellow. Looks like there's some purple, and sometimes it almost looks like there's a black that will pop up every once in a while. I love it. So let me do this properly. Take this out. Oh, I didn't get to show off the inside of my bag. I forgot to do that. Hold on. Get myself a little bit more comfortable to do this. So the bag on the outside comes with a lovely strap. The inside has, is it different cities or countries? Different cities from around the world. I thought that was really cool. There is a pocket Yeah, if you see it from here. Yeah, there's a pocket inside there. You can get to put a few notions and that kind of stuff. So that's my bag. And now let me show you the shawl, the chrysalis shawl. It's a brioche project. It's a bit messy right now. And I can't tell which way is the front and which way is the back. This is the problem with these things. So here it is so far. That's as far as I've made it. This stitch marker was to tell me which way is the front or the back, and I can't even remember what it is. But I finished the first brioche part, and I'm doing the next section over. So that's it. So this is what I cast on. I'm using the recommended needle size, which is like a 4 US. So let me put these in first. And then put this in. And then, oh, I want my labels to stay. That is it for my new cast on projects. So I worked a bit on my vanilla socks. I didn't do that much, honestly. These should have been finished from quite some time ago, and it just ended up not being the case. Hold on. Okay, that's attached to this, and that's just the extra needle. So I'm probably like, I think I even said this last week, I probably have like one more color band and then I'll be finished. So this is where I was last week. I only have a little bit more left to go before I finish it. It's not much further, but that's my socks. The yarn is from Nicole C. Mendez. Apparently she had an anniversary that just came up. It showed up on my I think my Instagram. She's been doing this for, I don't even know how many years, but she's been doing it for a while. I'll hopefully be able to find the information and put it on the screen. But she's been doing it for a while. So, more props to you, Nicole. Happy about that. She still has her shop on Etsy. My other work in progress is my So Faded sweater. So, for this one, because I started the chrysalis, I didn't work as much on this one as I would have liked to. But I'm still making excellent progress on this. Okay, take that out. Now the front should be about there. So, here it is so far. I'm fully working with the third color now. I think it was working out so nicely. So last time you had seen it, okay, I was here. I've made it down to there. So I think it blends in quite nicely. I like the way that it does it. Although there's no specks of color in this one. It's just straight green and white. But I think it works very nicely for what it is. And that's as far as I've made it. Yeah, I haven't worked on it that much this week. And it's honestly because I started picking up the chrysalis. And then other things that happened within the past week that made it a little bit more difficult to work on projects. So, hold on, close this back. Oh, that's why. I had yarn sticking out of the bag. Now let's close it. Excellent. So my last project to show off is my blanket. Okay, it should not be attached to anything. Sorry. There we go. So for this one, I worked on it and I made a boo-boo. Because I only work on these one row at a time. And somehow or another, yesterday when I was trying to work on it, I ended up going a row above. So, this was the last square that you had seen, which is the self-striping one that you can't see the other colors for. And then I moved on and I did this purple one, this, I don't know, yellowish greenish color. Then I did this no, that was the last one. And then I moved up to here and I did this peach one. I did this gray one, and then I went back and I did my side square, and I put in this one. So then yesterday I said, oh, I forgot to do my thing. This is 11 o'clock at night. So I cast it on, and I'm working, and I made it to about there, and then I realized, hold on a second, why is this the only one on this row? There should be 3 other ones. I did it. I did this one up here. So maybe I'll just end up doing the 2 rows at the same time, and keep it that way. But it's good progress still. I'm happy with it. I just really wish if I'd done it on this side. I don't know. But I am loving where this blanket is turning out. So I should be at 490, 91, 92, 93, 94. So I should be at $4.94 in total for my blanket. So yeah, it's progress for now. It's going to be going. I'll continue. I'll probably pick it up right after I finish. While I'm waiting for this podcast to upload, that's when I will do it. So that's everything for all of my different works in progress, my new cast on, my stash acquisitions, because it's not often I have stash acquisitions and all that kind of stuff. I'm pretty certain I've mentioned it, but I haven't said it in a while. The Knitters Frolic is coming up at the end of this month. I do plan to be there, pending everything goes well. I have a few things that may come up and stop me from being able to go, but as far as I know, it's my intention to go. So that's going to be on April 27th. It's at 9 o'clock in the morning. It starts at 9 and goes till 4. It's going to be at the Japanese Cultural Center. That's out almost in Scarborough, but not quite. So if you know where the Aga Khan Museum is, it's like right across from there. So, or you can even check out the Toronto Frolics website. Just Google it, and it will let you know everything that's there. So yeah, that's everything for that. What else is there? There's actually something I wanted to talk about. If I can open up my notepad, hopefully it's still there. Okay, now where was it? It was under here. Okay, so I was watching Gigi on her latest episode that she put up, and she was talking about self-talk. From what I understood it to be, was things that you try and tell yourself that you can't do, or even things that you can do, but you're not, like, in the negative sense of telling yourself there's stuff that you can't do when you could do it if you tried, but you just haven't done it. So for her thing was chart reading, and she did this, and she showed off a project that she did, and she did it based on the chart. I guess I never really realized, like, I have heard of people who had that issue where they can't read a chart, and I guess maybe it's because of the way that I started out, because I consider my first major project was my first pair of socks, which was my Cookie A socks. The pattern was called Monkey. And I didn't have anything else to work with. I didn't start with vanilla. I didn't start with any written pattern. I got the chart because it's a lace chart. And it never occurred to me that it should be difficult. But mind you, I'm also the same person who said I can't brioche because it's ridiculously difficult. And last year I proved myself wrong, and I brioached my Half Moon Oracle, which is that behind me? Yes, it is. I haven't blocked these things. So I told myself I couldn't do it. And then I did it. All right. So it's not impossible. There's so many things that you can try that you've never done before. Like right now, my whole thing is I say I can't crochet. I'll be honest, I've never really given it a try. The most I've done is a chain. And it's probably one of those things where I need more dedicated help to understand it, as opposed to just sit down there and be able to say that I can't do it. Because technically, I got 2 hands, they function, I know how to hold a hook. I should technically be able to do it. So that, I guess that could be one of those things I need to add to my list of things to actually try, and do something successfully. But I guess it's also one of those things where I haven't seen anything, or I've seen very little in crochet patterns that really inspired me to say, oh my goodness, I really, really want to do that. In my mind, I'm still associating crochet with granny squares, even though I've seen other stuff that it can be done. But it always ended up being granny squares, tablecloths, table runners, and those kind of things. Plus stuff like, I remember when you'd visit somebody's house, they'd had something that's with white cotton, the really thin stuff that looks like it's starched within an inch of its life. That's what my mind sees as crochet, even though I know there's a lot more of it. And I've seen other examples of amazing things that people have done, but my mind is still not making that connection. And it's something that I need to be able to see more stuff to do. Although there were some really cool patterns that I saw somebody doing, which I think would be cool in a blanket. But I guess I feel like I don't have the skill yet in order to produce something like that. I don't feel that there's anything in knitting that exists that I can't do. Either I don't know about it or I just haven't tried. But I don't feel like there's anything that I can say that, oh, I absolutely cannot do that. So it's like, it's more of a thing of I got to get my head wrapped around that kind of stuff. So I just want to know if there's anything that you feel like you know about, but you don't know how to do, and you keep telling yourself that you can't do it. even though logically you know there is a way for you to be able to do it. I just want to know where you stand on those kind of things. So that's pretty much going to be it for today. I'm going to keep it pretty short. I do have one video. Yeah, a video that I'm going to put up at the end. My grandfather, every year for as long as I can remember, he would always, if he would see me, or if he would, even if he couldn't see me and he would call me on the phone, he'd sing me happy birthday. So this year, when I got home, he didn't realize that it was my birthday. That's fine. He's at an age where he doesn't remember everything all the time. My mother doesn't remember everything all the time, and, you know, she gave birth to me. It happens. So, and I told him the only thing I want from him is for him to sing me happy birthday, and I made sure I recorded it, and so I will put it up there at the end of this video so that you can get to hear how he sang it to me as well. So that's going to be everything for today. I hope to see you again next week, and happy knitting, and thank you for sharing your crafting time with me. Bye!
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Ramona. Happy birthday to you. May the Lord bless and keep. May the Lord bless and keep. May the Lord bless and keep you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Grandpa.
Yes, dear.